I decided to just put my phone here on the tripod, turn on the camera, and talk. I don't really know what I'm going to say, but I know that I need to just talk. And I need to share how I'm feeling because it will help me. It's therapeutic and it might also help somebody else. So, a year ago today, I had no idea that I would lose my son in a week. Um, I remember this time last year, he called me and we didn't talk that much, because he was an adult living his life and he really didn't call me that much. But in late March of last year, he called me and he was like, "Hey, Mom." And I said, "Hey, bud, what's going on?" And he was like, he kind of hesitated a little bit and he said, I was just calling to get some advice. And I was like so overjoyed as his mother that my grown son was calling me for life advice. And I said, "Yeah, bud, what's going on?" And he said, I got turned down from 3 jobs. And he said, "I was just calling you to see what I should do." And I was like, "Well, you need to move back home and you need to get on your feet." And I said, this place doesn't have to be forever, but you can use it as a starting point to stack your money and get to where you want to go. And, he was just like, okay. He was just listening really intently. And now, looking back a year later, I believe that he wanted to tell me that he was suicidal, but he couldn't. He couldn't tell me because he didn't want me to worry. And he didn't want me to be sad. And I think he knew that his life was going to come to an end soon, but he just didn't know how to tell me. And so I think about that a lot. What if I had done more? What if I had probed a little bit more? What if I had asked more questions? What if I had pushed a little deeper, But I didn't. And believe me, I've cried about that almost every day since the day of his passing. I have felt immense guilt, immense regret, and deep and painful hurt. It's one thing when your child passes away, but when they pass away from suicide, it's a whole different level of hurt that I cannot put into words to you. I cannot explain that kind of hurt to you. It is a longing for him. It is a wound that is forever bleeding on a daily basis that will never be repaired. That wound will always be open. And, the questions, the why, what was he thinking last, those will haunt me for the rest of my days. But if there's anything I've learned over the past year, and you guys have probably heard me say this in prior talks, number one, your words matter. What you say to others, your tone that you use, how you talk to them, it matters. So be kind. Assume the best of others. Give people the benefit of a doubt. And secondly, you've heard me say this also, things don't matter. Things that you think matter, they don't matter. When you see your child lying in a casket, that's what matters. But your bag, your name brand clothes, the size of your house, the kind of car you drive, the amount of money in your bank account, it doesn't matter. The only things that matter are your loved ones. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me as I'm crying because I need to do this. This is therapeutic for me. It helps me get out my grief. So I'm going to be doing more and more talks as we get closer to the 1 year death anniversary of my son's passing. But today I felt like sharing that. It was on my heart. So thank you guys so much for listening.